the shoulder blades underneath chest space. Make sure the neck is long. The legs are long. And the eyes are closed. Scan the body if there's anywhere you need to adjust. Maybe you roll the back of the head gently from one side to the other and find that perfect little spot to rest the back of the skull. And as we sink into the mat, we begin to sink into the moment. Settling into our bodies, into our practice, into our breath. And settling into the breath just means noticing it, experiencing it, not trying to force it into any kind of way, but just breathing, just enjoying having nothing else to do right now except for follow the breath. Your belly rises and falls. As you fill and release, ask yourself what you need from this practice tonight, from this next hour. The day so far go. Right now, this time that we've given ourselves is all that matters here. Trust that whatever you need from this practice, you'll find it. If you didn't have an answer that came to mind, that's okay. Maybe your intention or what you need right now is just to dive in and see what happens. Just to trust. To let go of any specific kind of intention or goal. That's good too. A couple more moments here. A couple more breaths. When you feel ready to move, we're going to reach our arms overhead and find a full body stretch. It's okay right now if the shoulders squeeze up by the ears, you fill the chest and lengthen long through the toes, through the fingertips. Stretch as far as you can, as long as you can, and then let's release that. Release the tension. Let the hands just fall to the floor. Maybe you sigh it out. Good. Soften. And then again, same thing. full body stretch. Reach tall, reach long. Sides of the waist, front and back of the body, arms, legs, everywhere. Reach as long as you can, as tall as you can. Big breath in here. On the exhale, let's scoop up the right knee into the chest, clasping the hands an inch or two below the knee. Or if that's a lot right at the beginning, you can even take the hands around the back of that right thigh. Lengthen the left leg long. And then just find a gentle sway here, a little tick-tock with this right knee. Moving it over to the left a little bit, and over to the right. Squeezing it in closer, then releasing your grip a little bit. So maybe that turns into circles. Maybe it just keeps swaying, figure eights. Tiny, tiny movements or big ones. It doesn't matter. Just experience a little bit of movement, whatever that means to you. Checking it out. Good. Come to stillness when you're ready. Squeeze in. Take a big breath into the lungs, into the belly. We're going to move this into a twist. Right knee twists over to the left. We stack the hips, melt the shoulders down, and extend our right arm long. Soft gaze over our right open palm. Good. Big breath in here to the belly. Use your exhale to come back to center. Squeeze the navel to the spine. Set both hip points down. From here, we're going to draw that left foot in, plant it on the mat, and then extend the right leg high, bringing the hands to the back of that right thigh. Foot gently flexes as you press the heel towards the sky, and then find some movement through the ankle, maybe pointing and flexing, maybe rolling it out. Settle in. And if you'd like to move a little bit deeper, you could walk the hands further up the leg to the calf or the ankle. Maybe you bend that knee to draw the top of the thigh closer to the heart. But find somewhere you get a bit bigger stretch in the back of that right leg. Not cranking into it, just checking it out. Maybe you give your leg a little massage wherever your hands are. You can walk the hands maybe up a little down, a little up, a little squeeze, a little massage. And then find a place to rest the hands. And straighten that leg as much as feels good. From here, find an exhale to move into your figure four. The right ankle crosses over the top of the left thigh, and we settle in there, either keeping the left foot on the floor or threading the needle, catching the back of that left leg. You can move that left leg up and down, or you can sink into stillness. Reconnect with your breath. Start to soften the face, the shoulders, that right hip. Good. Take one more big breath in. Plant the left foot, extend the right leg to the sky. Bring the hands down by the hips. And then we're going to move into a bridge pose. So both feet on the floor, spread the toes wide, press into the feet to lift the hips, big stretch through the front of the body. Tighten up through the back body, draw the heels towards the shoulders. Lift the chest to the chin and the chin to the sky. Good, one more big breath. Exhale, float that down. Let the spine uncurl. And we'll squeeze both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a big hug as you wrap the arms around. And then place the feet back on the floor and lengthen long into your full body stretch once again. Hands reach overhead. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Even the shoulders can come up by the ears. That's okay. Find length. And then use an exhale to scoop up that left knee. Same thing on this side. Clasping the hands underneath the kneecap or to the back of the thigh. Start to find some movement in your hip. Windshield wiper, making circles, squeezing in and letting go. Just a little bit of movement. A little bit of fluidity. Good, taking this into our twist, big breath in. Exhale, left knee over to the right. Extend the left arm long. Melt the shoulders. Soften the hips. Open through the heart. Relax here. Breathe into the belly. Take one more inhale. Exhale, pull that left knee back into center, squeeze it in, and then plant the right foot to the floor. We're gonna straighten our left leg to the sky, bring the hands to the back of the thigh, start to flex that foot, get a little stretch in the back of the leg, and then you can move through the ankle. You could start to walk the hands up the leg to the calf, to the ankle, maybe you bend the knee a little more. Find somewhere that's not cranking or pushing in, but you're opening up, finding a feel-good stretch today. Letting your breath and your body work into it. Maybe you add in that gentle massage, squeezing up and down the leg, deepening the breath. When you're ready, find a place to hold onto the leg. Stretch that leg as long as you can, pressing the heel towards the ceiling. Find a big breath in there. Exhale into your figure four on the other side. Left ankle crosses over the top of the right thigh. You can hold here or thread the needle and scoop up the back of that right leg. Again, sink into that gentle rhythm of your breath, moving the leg, or dive into stillness. It's what you need here. Dive in a little deeper here, pull it a little closer. Use an exhale to take the right leg or right foot down, lift that left leg high, and then plant both feet. We're gonna come into a second bridge. This time you can take the first version, lifting the hips up, hands on the floor, or you could clasp the hands together underneath the seat, walk the shoulders in a little bit closer, and lift the hips higher here. Make sure that inner thighs are engaged. Knees reaching forward. Good. One more breath, lift a bit higher. Release the hands if you have them clasped. Let the spine unwind. Top of the back to the center. Let the hips rest. Good. We're going to squeeze both knees in again. Give yourself a hug. Rock it around gently, a bit side to side. And then we are going to engage our core, strengthen our center before we come up to a seat. So, hands come down by the hips. Big toe mounds and heels touch. Our knees are gonna stay bent. So what this is gonna look like is we're gonna find this little froggy pose. The knees are slightly out. If you want a little more support, you can bring the hands underneath the hips. We're gonna press the feet out towards the front mirrors. Inhale to lift the legs up and legs up a wall. And then exhale to bring the knees down to that little froggy pose again. So we're making a circle, taking the legs forward, up, and then exhale down. Draw the navel to the spine. Draw the spine to the floor. Keep moving. You've got this. Take it slow. With control. We've got 2 more. Feel that shake. You got it. 1 more. Big circle. Lift the legs up. And then catch the back of the thighs. We're going to rock and roll it into a bound angle, coming all the way up, feet together, knees wide, hands clasp around the feet, and just rock and roll it a little side to side. Maybe you roll out the head and the neck. Maybe you keep the eyes closed. Working into a tall, strong seat. Draw the shoulders together, down the back, lift and stretch through the heart. Find stillness in the next beat or 2. Inhale, lift up a little bit more. And then squeeze the elbows in towards the side of the body. Reach forward, tuck the chin to the chest, and round. Let the weight of the head and the neck go. Breathe into the ribs. Take 1 more breath in. Exhale out and then lift the shoulders back over the hips. Use the support of the hands to squeeze the inner thighs together. Come into center. We're going to find a boat pose. So hands can be back behind you, gripping the mat as you lift the legs. Flat, straight back. If you want a little more, reach the fingertips to the front of the room. If you want even more, bring the biceps by the ears, but keep that neck long, shoulders down. We're gonna hold this here. Navel to spine, heart lifted. Embrace the shake if you've got it. I'm shaking. For 5, 4, 3, 2, lift higher. Exhale, cross the ankles, come into your tabletop pose and work into some movement, whatever you feel like. As you walk the shoulders over the wrist, the knees under the hips. Lots of space between the fingers. You're moving and finding what you need here. Maybe it's a little bit side to side, some cat-cow, some circles. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Sync up your breath with your movement. Your body with your breath. Breath, body, mind, all those together. Good. About 3 more breaths here. And then we'll come to our center. Make that movement smaller. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Press down into the hands to lift the heart in between the shoulder blades. Lots of space between each vertebrae. Just embrace the stillness for a moment. Connect to the moment, to the sensations in your body, to your breath. One more inhale here. One more exhale, let that go. And then tuck the toes. more through the core. Lift the knees to a hover. Draw the navel towards the spine. Wrap the low ribs. Grip the backs. You got it. Take one more breath here. On the exhale, bring the knees down to the mat. We're going to move into a spinal balance. Right leg presses back. Left arm lifts. Bicep by the ear. Make sure as you're reaching those fingertips, that shoulder isn't crunching up by the left ear, but you're pulling it back into the socket. Lots of strength through your right heel here. Good. Keep the leg lifted. On your exhale, bring the left hand down. We're going to kickstand this left foot and keep our right leg lifted as we move into a side plank or a side half moon, I guess this could be. Shoulders stacked. You got it. One more breath here. Exhale, plant that right foot parallel with the back of the mat. Lift the shoulders up over the hips into a T. We're going to slide our right hand down that right leg into gate pose. Lift the left arm. Big side body stretch to reach the fingertips towards the back. Press the hips forward. Make space in the ribs. One more inhale. And then plant the left hand. And then reach the right fingertips towards the front of the room now. Grip through the left fingertips. If you want a little more opening through the chest, you could bend the elbows, swivel the heart up to the sky. You could even slide this right foot back towards the left side of the room a little bit. It's a modified wild thing. Lots of breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Tabletop pose. Reconnect with your mat. Grip through the fingertips. Tuck the toes. Hover the knees. Engage through your core. You got it. One more breath in here. Exhale, lower spinal balance on the opposite side. Left leg presses back. Right hand reaches forward. Lots of length. Long neck. Good. Moving into our kneeling half moon. Inhale here. Exhale, plant the right hand. Keep the left leg lifted as you kickstand the right foot and open up to the left arm. Awesome. We're going to take this into gate pose. Big breath in. Exhale, take the left foot down. Lift the shoulders over the hips. Sit up tall through the spine and then take that left hand down as you lift up and over. Good. Breathe into the ribs here. Moving this into our side plank with option for wild thing. Plant the right hand down. Reach the left arm towards the front of the room. Maybe you bend the elbow, open through the heart. Maybe you slide that left foot back. Keep pressing forward through the hips. Inviting air, energy, life in here. One more big breath. Exhale, back to center. Draw everything into your center line. Tuck the toes, hover the knees. Just a moment here. Take a big breath in. And then move into your downward dog. Stretch the hips high. Once you get there, shake out the head and the neck. Start to bend one knee and then the other. Paddle it out. Work it out. Work into it. Good. Awesome. We're going to open up the hips here a little bit. Get bendy in the knees. Reach the right foot up on your inhale. And open up to a hip splay. Bend that knee. Peek out from underneath the right armpit. And we're going to take it back into our downward dog. Straighten out the legs. Set the right foot down. Inhale, lift the left leg high, bend the knee, peek out from underneath the left armpit. And straighten it back out, back into your downward facing dog. Good. Find some stillness here. Take a big breath and look forward. Get bendy in the knees. We're gonna step to the outsides of the hands. We did this last week, coming into a malasana pose. Step one foot and then the other, toes pointed out, hips settle in. If you'd like to stay lifted into a squat, that's fine too. If you're down low, your weight rocks to the outer edges of the feet. Heart is lifted either way. Maybe you close down your eyes. Sink into the legs. Good. Take one more big breath in. Plant down through the feet. We're gonna power it all the way up. Then exhale, let that go. Hands down to the sides, leave the feet where they are. Big breath in. Bring the palms together down to the heart. Sink back into your squat or your malasana pose. Good. Inhale here. On the exhale, plant the hands. We're gonna step or hop back into a plank. That could be a kneeling plank or a high plank, up to you. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Squeeze into center. And then rock forward. You could lower all the way down to the belly or chaturanga. Inhale to lift to cobra or up dog. And then exhale, press it back into your downward facing dog. Take a moment, take stock. There's an option to come to the knees here. Roll through one more vinyasa or even two. Go at your own pace. We will meet in a wide-legged child's pose. So once you've worked through the arms and those vinyasas, take the knees wide, big toes to touch, and rest the forehead on the mat. Arms could be outstretched, or you could take the hands back around the heels. You can find complete stillness here. You could rock it around a little bit. Maybe massaging that third eye space. Keeping some movement in the hips. Whatever feels best. Take one more breath here into the back of the body. Exhale, maybe even sigh it out, let something go. We'll make our way back into our downward dog. Grip the earth. Tuck the toes, lift the hips high. Heart melts towards the tops of the thighs. Good, draw the navel into the spine. Here we go, we're gonna inhale, lift that right leg up to the sky. Open the hip, bend the knee, peek out from underneath the right armpit. Just for a moment, maybe open a little bit more than the first time. And then come back to your three-legged dog. Square the hip points down, turn the toes to the earth. Squeeze the knee into the chest, step the foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Take your time. Once you get there, line up the knee over the ankle, squeeze to the midline. Let's come all the way up into a high crescent. Soften the shoulders down. Press back through that left heel. You need to bend the knees for a moment to find a strong straight spine. You can. Okay. Take a big breath in here. We're going to move into a figure four. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Step into the right foot. Lift the left knee. Slide the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Sink the hips low. Just going to be here for a moment, so we'll stay lifted. Squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back. If you wanted a little more, you could bring the biceps by the ear, but keep that left foot flexed. We're gonna move this into a warrior three. If you need to set the foot back down in between transitions, that's totally fine. Find your center, find your gaze, lift that left knee. And then slide the left foot back. Squeezing the outer hips, pressing through that left heel. Toes are turned down. Arms can fly wherever feels most comfortable. We're gonna move this into a half moon. Big breath in. Exhale, bring that right hand down in front of the right foot. The left hand could come to the hip or it could extend. As you open up through the hips, turn the toes towards the left side of the room. Press through the heels. Try to draw the shoulders in line. We're gonna take this into a wide-legged stance. So take a big breath in, bend the right knee, plant the left foot down, lift all the way up, turn all 10 toes parallel to the left side of the room. Good. Inhale here, soften the shoulders, but grow tall through the spine. Warrior 2 to the back of the room. Turn the left toes, turn the back edges of the mat. Back edge of the mat. Bring your hands to T. Roll the shoulders up by the ears, down the back, sink into the legs. Press energy through that back right foot. Breathe deep. Good. Next place we're going is a side angle. Reach forward. Bring that elbow to the top of the thigh for support, or you have the option to float that bottom hand as well. Draw the shoulder blades together, open through the chest. Keep that lunge leg low. If you want a little bit more through the heart, opening in the chest, you could bend that right elbow and look up, swivel the heart towards the sky. You can even take that hand to the left hip crease and find a half bind here. Good, we'll lift that right hand back up to the sky. We're gonna move into a lizard towards the back of the mat. So big inhale. On the exhale, plant both hands to the inside of the left foot. Turn onto the right toes. And you may need to heel toe that left foot a little bit out to the side. Once you get there, you can find a little movement, a little sway, some circles. Maybe you bring the right knee down to the mat. Option to roll onto the outer blade of the left foot here. Staying lifted might feel good. You might want to lower to the elbows, but let your breath take you there. Don't try to rush into anything. The most important thing here is how much space can we make in the spine? How much space can we put in between each vertebrae as the crown of the head reaches forward and the shoulders pull back? Can we use our exhales to let a little bit of tension go in the hips? Make sure the face is soft. Breathe into it, find a softness here. Good. We're gonna move this into a wide-legged forward fold. So when you're ready, tuck the right toes, pick up the right knee, and then start to walk everything to center. Feet are parallel, toes could be slightly turned in. And then you could maybe wiggle it around, bending one knee and then the other. Or maybe you find stillness. Another favorite bind, twist. Wherever you want to go. Maybe rock the weight into the toes just a little bit. Lift the hips a bit higher. Make sure the neck is long, shoulders aren't crowding anything. Even anything you need to out. Breath or two, we'll work into a flat back. So we'll Walk the hands underneath the shoulders, look forward. And then decide how you'd like to come up. You could bring hands to hips, airplane arms, or steeple grip. Find that place. Press down through the feet. Lift with the core all the way up. Soften the shoulders. We're gonna move it back to that high lunge towards the front. Turning, lifting that left heel. Good. A lot of hip opening, so we're gonna close it back up with an eagle pose. Left arm sweeps underneath the right. You could bring back of the hands together, palms, or catch the shoulders. When you're ready, press into the right foot, lift the left knee. Cross the left leg over the right, finding your kickstand or your wrap, and then squeeze as hard as you can into the midline. Sink the hips a little lower. Good. One more breath in. Exhale, maybe lower a little bit more, and then inhale, lift the hands, lift that left knee. Keep the hands lifted as you plant the left foot. Good, spread the toes wide, find your footing, lift up even higher here. And then exhale, bend the knees, hinge at the waist, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back into your plank pose of choice. Rock forward, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, slide the hips back, downward dog. Same thing as before. You have the choice to go ahead and find that wide-legged child's pose, or you can rock through another vinyasa, maybe two. Wide-legged child's pose. When we're done, when we're ready. Settling the hips towards the heels, melting the forehead in to the mat. Letting everything go, finding this moment to just rest. Allow yourself another moment or two here. Taking more directed, fuller breaths. Psyching yourself up for the other side. Here we go. Big breath in. Reach the arms forward. Grip the mat. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips high. Settle in. Shake out the head and the neck. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Opening up into that hip splay, bend the knees, peek out from underneath the left armpit. Really press into the hands to lift you up a little higher. And then we'll close the hips, stretch the heel out, and then squeeze the knee and step into your runner's lunge. Take your time, soft landing here with control. Find your center, squeeze in through the midline. Coming up into that high lunge. Soften the shoulders down. Strong, tall spine. Check yourself in the mirror. Maybe you bend that knee and then work to straighten it. Good. Find a gazing point. We're moving into our figure four now on the other side. Big breath in. Hands come to heart as you lift the right leg. And cross the right ankle over the top of the left thigh. Send the hips back. We're staying lifted. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Find the breath. exhale, sink a little lower, taking this into our warrior three. You can tap that foot onto the earth to find your center, or check it out, maybe test it, and just lift the leg and then press the heel back towards the back of the room. Lengthen long. Tighten everything up into center. Fly the hands where it feels best. Moving this into our half moon. Left fingertips come to the floor. Bring that right hand to the hip as you open up through the hips. Turn the toes towards the right side of the room. Maybe you lift the right hand to the sky. Find strength here. Rely on your breath. You got it. One more inhale. Plant the right foot. Sweep it all the way up. Turn all 10 toes to the side of the room. Big breath in. And then bring your arms to a T. We're making our way into our warrior two, towards the back of the room. Right toes turn towards the back edge. Lengthen out your stance a little bit if you need to. Roll the shoulders up. Soften them down. Sink in. Good. One more breath here. Side angle. Use the support of the elbow. I'm going to. Or float that bottom hand. Squeeze the outer hips. Lift through the chest. If you want a little more, you can bend the left elbow. You can even tuck that hand to the right hip crease and open the heart towards the sky just a bit more. Keep that lunge leg low. Keep pressing back through the left foot. Lean through the spine, neck, and head are long. Good. Unwind your bind if you've got one. Lift that left arm high. Moving this into a lizard. Bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Turn onto the left toes. Don't slip like I just did. Maybe heel toe that right foot out to the side a little bit. Find some movements. And then when you're done with the moving parts, let the knee come to the mat. Maybe work to the outer blade of the right foot. Maybe you stay lifted, maybe you lower, but return to that lengthening and softening. Where can you grow? Where can you release? Moving this into our wide-legged forward fold. Big breath in, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, swivel it around, turn the toes slightly in, settle yourself into center, rock the weight into the toes, lift the hips high, let the head and the neck completely go. When you're ready, start to walk the hands underneath the shoulders, extend through the spine, and decide, do you want to come up the same way that you did before? You want to switch it up a little bit? Press down through the feet, lift up high, reach the hands overhead, and down to the heart. We're going to move it back into our high lunge. Left toes turn forward, come on to the back right. Toe mount. Lift the heart high. Good. We're going to take this into eagle on the other side, just like before. Big breath in. This time, take the right hand underneath the left. Squeeze it in. Lift the right knee. slide the leg over the top. Find your kickstand, find your wrap. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Send the hips up. Get that last little bit of energy out. Squeeze as hard as you can. You got it. Feel that little shake. Dive a little bit deeper. Inhale, unwind. Lift the hands high. Lift that right knee. Keep the hands lifted. Take the right foot down. Soften the shoulders. Spread the toes. Lift up even taller through the spine, through the fingertips. Big breath in. Exhale, bend, hinge, and fold. Take a moment once you get there. You can take the feet a little bit wider or touching. You can take a pretty big bend in the knees. Movement, or maybe you sink into a bind. About 3 more breaths here. Sink in. One more big inhale. Exhale. It all out. Bring the fingertips to the floor. And we're going to come all the way down to a seat and find our bound angle one more time. Feet together. The hands wrap around the tops of the feet. You can rock it around a little bit. Squeeze the shoulder blades in towards the back. Lift the heart. Grow as tall as you can. And then exhale, reach forward, squeeze the elbows in. Lengthen, lengthen long. If it feels good, you can tuck the chin to the chest, round and fold. Good, one more inhale. Exhale it out. Lift it up. Use the help of your hands to squeeze the inner thighs back in toward one another. And we're gonna make our way back into our boat. So again, you could lift it high. You could use the support of the earth. That's where I'm going. Lift the legs though, find your balancing point. Draw the shoulders together, heart high. Couple breaths here. If you want to extend, if you want to get a little more out of it, go for it. Catch the back of the thighs, bend the knees, rock it all the way down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Once you get there, soften the shoulders, lift the legs. Bring the hands down by the sides, or you can tuck them underneath the hips. We're gonna do those froggy leg lift circles, but in the opposite direction this time. So extending the feet up to the sky, we lower the heels. Once they get about halfway, connect the big toe mounds and the heels together to squeeze the knees in wide, though, that froggy position. Bring the legs together as you extend the legs up, a wall. Lower the heels. And then squeeze in, taking the knees wide. Good, 3 more. Big inhale to lift. Exhale to come down. And in. Good, 2 more. Inhale. Take it down and around, exhaling to come in. Keep that low back squeezing to the floor. Last one, big circle. Good, lift the legs up, a wall, squeeze through center. And then you can either wrap yourself into a tight little ball, or if you'd like to take happy baby here, that might feel nice. So you could grab the outsides or the insides of the feet. You could take the pointer and middle finger around the big toes, or you could bring it all into center and wrap the arms around the legs. Up to you. Good. One more breath here. Exhale, squeeze it in if you're not there already. Plant the feet to the floor. Hands down by the sides. Take a moment here, settle in. Find some stillness. Plant the right foot, lift the left leg up high. Stretch it to the sky, and then cross the ankle over the top of the right thigh. You can hold here, or you can squeeze in. We're not here for as long. Keep both feet gently flexed. Take one more inhale. And exhale, bring that right foot to the floor. Extend the left leg up high. Catch somewhere on the back of the leg, doesn't matter where. Maybe you walk the hands up to the calf, to the ankle. Just find a good stretch along through the back of the leg, into the hamstring, into the calf. Foot could be moving, or you could be pressing that heel up to the sky. Good. One more big breath. On the exhale, both feet come to the floor. Option to take a gentle bridge or clasp the hands underneath the seat. Totally up to you. Lifting high. Reach the knees forward, pull the heels back. One more breath in. Then exhale, soften and lower. Let the hips touch the floor. The pelvis relaxes. We'll lift that right leg high. And cross the ankle over the top of the left thigh. Stay there or pull in just a couple breaths, gentle flex in both feet. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, set that left foot down, extend the right leg long. You could have the hands behind the thigh. You could walk them up to the calf or the ankle. Find a big stretch here. One more breath in. Exhale, float that right foot down now. Plant the feet, second bridge here. You could take a gentle one, hands clasped. If wheel is in your practice, you could pop up into a wheel. Just a couple breaths here. Couple moments, gentle squeezing of the inner thighs, energetically toward one another. Lift a little bit higher. Then exhale, set that down. We're gonna take a twist next. The feet are on the floor, so the gentlest twist would be to windshield wiper the knees to one side, the other, or the other, and then fall where you wish. You could take that one-legged twist that we did at the beginning, or you could take an eagle leg twist, since we did some eagle. That's not the most comfortable twist all the time, but find somewhere that you like. If you want to try eagle twist, you find eagle legs. It doesn't matter which one starts. And then the knee that's closer to you, you'll take that over to the same side, or to the opposite side. So I have my left knee closest to me, so I'll take it over to the right, the opposite side. So set up wherever you want to be. Take a big breath in. And then twist. Breath into the belly. unwind, reset. Take a big breath in. And then move over to the opposite side. Big breath in. Exhale, move back to center. Unwind. Option to squeeze into a little ball or send the legs up a wall, whichever calls to you. And then we have one last bridge pose. Plant the feet, lift the hips, keep it gentle. If you have a block near you, you could even put it underneath you. Or if you've got a little bit more to get out, go a bit higher, squeeze a little more. You know what you need. Trust yourself. Find that place. Be here for one more breath, one more inhale. Exhale to soften them down. Find a little windshield wiper with the knees side to side. And then as we move into our Savasana, there's the option to lengthen out long like we normally do, or we have worked quite a bit in the hips. So if bound angle is something that you like for Savasana, it might feel good tonight, bringing the feet together and then letting the knees fall open, the hips relax. You could try one, try the other, switch it up. But once you do find that place that you like to be, nestle the shoulders in. Soften